Good morning. Welcome to Sunday live streaming service. My name is Bonnie. We have a beautiful spring equinox day. Sunday morning practice has been very important to me. I hope that this 1 hour practice helps nourish your soul and cultivate stillness and peace. Today, Reverend Qi Gong will give a talk about Path to Buddhahood. Let's begin by loosening up with Qi Gong, guided by Lars.
Good morning, friends. Hi. Let's get warmed up. Let's warm up our ankles. Just rotate the ankles on the ground one direction. Make it pop and crack. Change the direction. Change your foot. Other ankle. Rotate in one direction. Change the direction. Okay, let's loosen up our hips. Hands on your hips, and let's rotate the hips slowly into one direction. Gradually getting bigger. And change direction. Start out big. And we slowly making our circles smaller and smaller. Okay, let's warm up our arms. Arms to the side. Let's rotate our arms in circles. First small. Making them bigger. And bigger. And the other direction. And making our circles smaller. And smaller. Okay. Now let's make sure we are hip width apart, our feet are hip width apart. Let's open our gate. We will breathe in, and once we breathe out, we will clean our liver first. We make an S sound. So let's breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in. One more time. Now let's clean up our heart. We're making a sound, like an H. So let's breathe in. One more time. Now let's clean our spleen. We're making a whoo sound. Let's breathe in. Now next, let's clean our lungs. We make a he sound. Breathe in. One more time. Next, let's clean our kidneys. We're making a shoo sound. Let's breathe in. One more time. And the last one is a triple burner, where we make a sh sound. Breathe in. One more time. Okay, great endeavor for inner light. Let's shake it out. Let's just take all your anxiety and worries and just shake it out side to side. Let's go to one side. Just shake out just the one side. Switch, shake out the other side. Bend a little bit forward, check out the front. And a little bit the back. Check out the back. And back to the center. Let's shake it out one more time. Okay. Now standing in deep peace. Make sure our feet are hip width apart. Let's breathe in. Join our palms together above our head. Breathe out. Breathe back in. Still moving down. Breathe out. Let's push our palms towards the earth. Breathe in. And deflect the energy to the ground. Breathe out. One more time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. Join our palms together. Breathe out. Resting our heart center. Breathe in. And breathe out. Thank you. Now, please join us in the bowing practice to the Dharmakaya Buddha Fourfold Grace.
With gratitude, I bow to the grace of heaven and earth, honoring the infinite source of marvelous existence. With gratitude, I bow to the grace of parents, ancestors, and everyone who has given me life and nurtured me. With gratitude, I bow to the grace of fellow beings, embracing the truth of interconnectedness. With gratitude, I bow to the grace of laws, which guide us to develop justice and freedom through Dharma and universal principles. Meditation is simple and easy. Anyone can practice it. Please take time to find your most comfortable position on the floor or in a chair, and wiggle to release any tension in your body. Rock front to back or side to side until you find the point of perfect balance. Breathe in, grab all your tension. Breathe out. Release any mental or physical uneasiness. Relax your whole body. It's okay to slouch a little bit if that feels more natural. Just remember to keep your mind's eye focused on belly breathing. Breathe and listen to your body. If your body agrees, gradually sit up tall, straighten your spine, without losing focus on the energy in your lower abdomen. You may start to feel your chest and heart opening. While keeping your ears softly aligned with your shoulders, tuck your chin in slightly and let your shoulders melt away from your ears. Enjoy the sensation of your arms and hands relaxing. Bring your awareness to your tongue. Place the tip of your tongue on the roof of your mouth. While your tongue is relaxed on your palate, pure and clear saliva may gather in the mouth. This is a delightful sign of cool energy ascending. Smile at your calm and clear spirit. Invite your awareness to return to your lower abdomen, your Qi energy field. This is called the Donjon and located about 2 inches below your navel. Your Donjon is the power center for your breathing. If your face or body begins to itch, just note the itching and let it pass. When thoughts arise in your mind, do not be disturbed by them. Do not react to your thoughts or pursue them. Recognize they are just thoughts. They will disappear by themselves. Continue to bring awareness back to your Donjon abiding breath. When your mind is calm, concentrated, perfectly focused and at peace, you will rest in the realm of samadhi, deep meditation. You will no longer feel any distinction between yourself and others, finding yourself free from the limits of time and place. We are grateful to sit quietly together, finding the still point within. May we be here now, deeply aware of our ever calm, ever alert spirit.
천지영기하심정 만사여의 하심도 천지여동일체 아여 천지동심정 The spiritual energy of heaven and earth settles in my being. The spirit penetrates all things as my mind wills. Heaven, earth, and I become one. I am one with the way of heaven and earth. The spiritual energy of heaven and earth settles in my being. My spirit penetrates all things as my mind wills. Heaven, earth, and I become one. I am one with the way of heaven and earth. The spiritual energy of heaven and earth settles in my being. My spirit penetrates all things as my mind wills. Heaven, earth, and I become one. I am one with the way of heaven and earth. The spiritual energy of heaven and earth settles in my being. My spirit penetrates all things as my mind wills. Heaven, earth, and I become one. I am one with the way of heaven and earth. Prayer for world peace, grace of heaven and earth, grace of parents, grace of fellow beings, grace of laws. O Dharmakaya Buddha fourfold grace, 법신불 사은이시여. May we take refuge in Dharma and be filled with the compassion and wisdom. May we transform delusion into wisdom, greed into generosity, resentment into gratitude, discord into harmony, and hatred into compassion. May all nations grow and benefit mutually. May the strong help the weak, and may the weak learn and evolve according to Dharma. May all those who have died from world conflicts and disasters be delivered through all obstacles and be at rest. May there be peace. May there be peace in Ukraine and throughout the world. May all beings enjoy tranquility and happiness, living in their original true nature. This we pray with our whole hearts. Namu Amida Bhu. Namu Amida Bhu. Namu Amida Bhu. Namu Amida Bhu. 일원성선무
유성으로 보면 성주불 멸로여여 자연하여 우량세계를 전개하여 무상으로 보면 우주의 성주계공과 만물의 생로병사와 사생의 심신작용을 따라 육도로 변화를 시 혹은 진급으로 혹은 강급으로 혹은 인생어애로 혹은 인생어은으로 이와 같이 무량세계를 전개하였나니 우리 어리석은 종생 이법신불의 원성을 죄받아서 심신을 원만하게 수호하는 공부를 하며 또는 서리를 원만하게 하는 공부를 하며 또는 심신을 원만하게 사용하는 공부를 지성으로 하여 진급이 되고 은혜는 입을 지언가 강급이 되고 해독은 입지 아니하기로서 이론의 위력을 얻도록까지 소원하고 이론을 재성에 합하도록까지 소원하고 One is the realm of samadhi beyond words and speech, the gateway of birth and death, transcending being and non-being, the origin of heaven and earth, parents, fellow beings, and loves the true nature of all Buddhas, enlightened masters, unenlightened people, and sentient beings. You one manifest as both permanence and impermanence, viewed as permanence, in one unfolds into an infinite world that is ever abiding, spontaneous, just as it is viewed as impermanence, in one unfolds into infinite world through the cycle of formation, duration, decay, and extinction of the universe, and the birth, aging, illness, and death of all beings, according to how we use our minds and bodies in the four forms of birth. We transform through the 6 realms of existence, progressing or regressing, with grace arising from harm or harm from grace. Therefore we unawakened beings vow to practice wholeheartedly, modeling ourselves after Ilwan Sangha Dharmakaya Buddha by cultivating our minds and bodies deeply, knowing human affairs and universal principles thoroughly, in using our minds and bodies skillfully, thus progressing rather than regressing, receiving grace rather than harm, until we attain the
Today, Reverend Qi Gong will illuminate the path to Buddhahood for us. Let us practice deep listening so we can update our mental maps of the path ahead.
Path to Buddhahood. A couple of Dharma friends shared in their Dharma talks about how difficult and far-fetched it sounds to achieve Buddhahood. And I agree. I often feel the same way. Let us first think about why we want to achieve Buddhahood. It is to save ourselves and all sentient beings from suffering. However, given all the suffering in the world, delivering all sentient beings is not something one Buddha alone can do. We need thousands and millions of Buddhas, and we can be one. It may sound unattainable, but did you know that there is a chapter in the principal book of Won Buddhism that clearly shows the path to Buddhahood? It is chapter 17, Stages of Dharma Status. By comparing our level of practice and the 6 stages to Buddhahood, we can see how far we have come and what we need to do to go a step further. We cannot cover all 6 stages today, but I wanted to share something about the first stage, the ordinary grade. The ordinary grade is the status of people who have first taken refuge in the gateway of the Buddha and received the 10 precepts of the ordinary grade, regardless of whether they are learned or ignorant, male or female, old or young, good or bad, or of high or low status. The third Prime Dharma Master, Master Daesan, said that the ordinary grade is discovering the great household. There is a story about discovering the great household in our scripture. One day, the founding master and his 2 disciples went for a stroll. By the roadside, there were several beautiful pine trees. One disciple said, "These pine trees are truly splendid. How I would love to transplant them to our temple." Upon hearing this, the founding master said, "Our temple has not left these old pine trees, and these old pine trees have not left our temple. They are both within our boundaries. What is the point of insisting on transplanting them? This is because you have not yet discovered the original home of the grand universe by transcending discrimination and the gaps between things." Have you discovered the great household? Have you discovered that your original home is the grand universe? It may sound like a difficult thing to do, but I have seen many friends who not only discover the great household, but also live for it. Recently, many of you sent your donations for Ukrainian refugees. I have one Dharma friend who says sending a donation doesn't feel enough for her, and she wishes there were a way to move herself to do something about it. Feeling the suffering of others as our own and doing whatever we can do for it. At that moment, we are transcending the boundaries of ourselves and our own families and seeing the whole world as one great household. The ordinary grade is the stage of spiritual development in which practitioners discover the great household beyond their small households and are starting their journey to Buddhahood. That first aspiration, that pure heart, is so precious and important because that is the very aspiration of the Buddha. Although we may not yet have the wisdom or abilities of the Buddha, that aspiration that we want to do something about the suffering in this world is the same as the aspiration of the Buddha. Did you know that the fifth stage of the 6 stages is called the rank of beyond the household? When I was a minister in training, we were often told this: have the rank of beyond the household in your hand. When the rank of beyond the household gets old, in other words, more experienced, that's the rank of the greatly enlightened Tathagata, a Buddha. I think this means that as long as we hold tightly onto our aspirations to transcend the boundaries of ourselves and save the world from suffering, we certainly can get all the way to the rank of beyond the household and thereby to the last stage, the rank of the greatly enlightened Tathagata, the Buddha. In day-to-day life, however, I sometimes find it difficult to maintain that initial aspiration to transcend the boundary of myself and save others from suffering. Instead, I find myself creating suffering for others rather than saving them from suffering. I have noticed this happens especially in my close relationships. Once, when someone deeply hurt my feelings, I responded by saying and doing things that badly hurt that person's feelings. Another time, when someone ignored me, I said and did things that made the other person feel the same. Buddhahood? At those moments, my deep-rooted habits of response, my karmic obstructions, feel so heavy, and achieving Buddhahood seems like a far-fetched idea, simply impossible. One day, in the midst of a similar turmoil, a picture of the founding master Sotaesan came to my eyes. His greatest wish was for each and every one of us to become a Buddha. In that moment, I could feel his heart, his most sincere heart, and his dedication. Then it came to my mind how he would have seen this person I was angry with. He would have seen the person with the great loving kindness and the great compassion whom he sincerely wished could achieve Buddhahood. Momentarily, I could feel how Master Sotaesan would have felt about this person. When I saw the person from that perspective, not mine, but Master Sotaesan's, I felt my anger dissipate. The urge to defend myself was gone. The boundary of small me, which felt so difficult to let go of, was already gone. I realized that although I certainly do not yet have the wisdom or abilities of the Buddha, and my greed, hatred, and delusion often get in the way, I can transcend the boundary of my small egocentric self and have the loving, compassionate heart as has the Buddha, however momentarily. I have the potential, and we all have. And there are so many of you and many other people who have already transcended the boundaries of themselves and live for the great household. The disciple continued asking, "What can I do to find my way to this house, the original home of the grand universe, and become its owner?" An owner of a household is the one who takes the responsibility for the household and has the ability to do so. The founding master replied, "One may enter by acquiring the key of the three great powers. That key is forged through belief, zeal, questioning, and dedication." He is saying that anyone who has belief, zeal, questioning, and dedication can develop the three great powers: the power of cultivation, the power of inquiry, the power of choice, and become the owner of the original home of the grand universe, the Buddha. The founding master made it very clear that the path to Buddhahood is open to anyone. Anyone can achieve Buddhahood. Let's take a look at the last part of the ordinary grade one more time. Regardless of whether they are learned or ignorant, male or female, old or young, good or bad, or of high or low status. That includes all of us. That includes everyone. As long as we move forward on this path together with the rank of beyond the household in our hands, thousands and millions of Buddhas will become a reality. We need them. The worlds need them. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Young, for that illuminating presentation. So much to unpack there. I'm glad there's a podcast. Transcending boundaries of our own limitations. You're welcome to leave your comments in the chat or take a few minutes to sit quietly and contemplate. Thank you, friends, for joining us this week, and we'll see you next week. Happy equinox. We are transcending the boundary from winter to spring now, and spring is springing in North Carolina. You're welcome to stop by the temple and visit the Zen garden this spring. So now please join us in mindful cleaning up meditation.